in the early 1980s, when I was the Minister of Education, we took up information technology. It was not known very much in Sri Lanka. We brought up the Computer and Information Technology Council to promote the work in this sector. This was the time that Professor Samaranayaka started the Computer Center in the Colombo University. About this time, India was taking an interest also in IT, and they had some problems we didn't. For instance, we had sufficient foreign exchange to import computers, which they didn't have, not even the desktop. China was looking at reorganizing its education sector. In 1991, I happened to travel to India. That time I was the Minister of Industry, Science and Technology. I went to Bangalore, where the industry was just starting. They had a few billion, about $2 billion worth of exports. And we said, right, how we are going to start in Sri Lanka. China was just looking at IT at that time. Unfortunately, we missed the bus. They went ahead. If we had implemented an outward-looking program, we should have not been in the crisis, economic crisis we are today. We should have at least 5 to 8 billion US in exports. Anyway, there is no need to cry over spilt milk. What has happened has happened. As the Minister of State said now, I think this is the last bus that we have. Either we've got to take it or we are going to miss it forever. With the collapse of the economy and the bankruptcy, one factor has hit the country hard. If we are to go forward, we must ensure the balance of trade is in our favor, that we have a surplus in our exports. We can't just depend on apparels and tea. We have to look into new areas. But more than that, what we are looking at the structure of a new economy. If you want it to be a modern economy, you want it to have a trade surplus for Sri Lanka, then firstly, it must be a highly competitive economy able to compete in any other part of the world and able to compete also with the imports that come in. This is what I call a highly competitive economy. You have to compete and win. If you are having a highly competitive and a modern economy, there are two other factors which I have outlined. One is the green economy. We do have renewable energy and a capacity for green economy. The world is undergoing a green transformation. There is no reason why we shouldn't. And then your digital economy or the digital transformation. We must be a unique platform for this purpose. Let's look at where our strengths are and let's see how we can promote it further. So this is the task we have now. If the country is to survive, if we are to succeed economically, then the digital transformation has to take place. Without the digital transformation, we will not be able to go forward. So what I ask for the industry is you have to do it. We can lay the groundwork, we can lay the framework, we can give incentives, that is possible, but finally you have to do the job. And I don't see why we can't do it. What your sector has to do is to go ahead and go fast. I was happy that when I spoke to some of the award winners, they wanted to go ahead and get their projects through. We have to look at how we are going to provide the funding, how the banks are going to provide funding. It has to be commercial ventures. But nevertheless, we have to start. Some of you already started. By next year, we would expect everyone to get on with the job. It's a partnership between Sri Lanka and you, between the government and you. So I thought I would make use of this occasion to remind you of what the future is. The future is in your hand, and your success is the country's success.